What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Have you been looking on the shelves for Dove shotgun shells? It can become a little daunting. I'm here to help you along on that process. Please stick around. I hope you enjoy the video.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats, from review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
Okay, so like I say, when you go to more than likely Walmart to get your shotgun shells for dove hunting, go ahead and buy yourself a case. Even though there are 25 shots in here, I don't know what the dove limit is, 12 to 14. It's somewhere around there. If you think you're going to go out and shoot 14 dove with 25 shotgun shells, you might be a little bit misled, because dove hunting is quite a humbling sport. Let's put it that way. They're quick, they're dodgy, and they're really hard to hit despite what they look like flying over in a straight line. Something about their hearing or something. As soon as you pull that shotgun trigger, they dive off to one side and you miss it. So if you're out buying your shotgun shells, go ahead and buy yourself a case. We buy cases all the time. First of all, it's cheaper and you have more on hand. More shotgun shells is always more better, right?
And more for practicing.
And more for practicing, which you will need. I think you can see it right down here. We have a Firefly automatic clay shooter and dragonflies. I think that's some of the funnest shooting we've done out here, is shooting dragonflies. Did I just get off topic? Anyway, when we're looking on the shelves at a Walmart, let's say, you think that you're going to be looking at 12 gauge and numbers and all these other specs on this. What I really want you to look at is right here. This shows a clay target. Right here we have a dove, a Velaptosaurus, and clay targets. And down here we have dove, clay targets, and this is lead-free shot. Now, why do I have lead-free shot out here? Let's go ahead and talk about that for a quick second. You know, while I do agree with not contaminating Mother Earth with lead all over the place, steel shot is becoming a requirement on a lot of public lands. Probably even private land, even depending on what county you're in. But let's dig into that a little bit, because when you do shoot a dove with lead shot and he lives, and that will happen, there's so many dove that I've shot completely fall out of the sky, dive down to the ground. You go to pick him up and he's nowhere to be found. What has actually happened is you've winged him, he's run off into the weeds, he either flies off and lives, or he runs off somewhere else and dies. So that night, the raccoons, the possums, the owls, you name it, anybody that wants to come out and eat a dove for dinner, late night snack, they're going to eat that dove. They're going to ingest lead, and they're going to get lead poisoning. And that cycle is just going to continue on to everybody that eats everybody that has eaten everybody. You get what I'm saying? So if you're in those areas, don't scoff too much at the rules for not being able to shoot lead. It's best for everybody, but as long as I can shoot lead, I'm going to be shooting lead, because it's cheaper, and I've just always shot lead. I know how to shoot lead. You are going to have different velocities in these, different leeway points and whatnot, but I prefer to shoot lead. So now that we've got the pictures out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this steel shot for a second. 12 gauge. My preferred method, or my preferred gauge for dove hunting, is 12 gauge. You can always use your 10s. Might be a little overkill. 10, 12, I can't even think right now. 410. 12 and 410 is probably the two most common gauges of shooting dove with. Anyway, on the top of the box, we're going to have 12 gauge. Next to that, we're going to have 2 3/4 inch. 2 3/4 inch is going to be the overall length of your shotgun shell. I wouldn't recommend, if they have 3 inches out there, I don't think they do for dove hunting, I don't recommend going 3 inches. It's completely overkill. 3 inches is made for big birds, like big bird, not even pheasant. Big bird and turkeys, that's what I would use 3 inches for. So 2 3/4, that's going to be very standard on any 12 gauge that you're going to be shooting dove with. So 2 3/4 inches. Now, let's see the differences on... Okay, so the differences in speed. On the lead shot, we're going to be having 1,200 feet per second. On the still shot, we're going to get 1,325 feet per second. Where that's going to come into a big difference, forget that this is still shot for now, but if you can get lead shot that's going to be shooting 1,325 feet per second, it's going to be easier to shoot the birds because you're going to have less of a lead on those birds. You're going to be able to aim more directly at those birds, and you're going to have less of a chance of missing. That's if you do your part. Now let's move on down to the Winchesters that are running 1,200 feet per second. That's 125 feet per second slower than the still shot. What does that mean in layman's terms? The shells, all the shot that's coming out here is moving much slower, which means it's going to take a lot more time to get to that bird, which means that you're going to have to open up that lead quite a bit in order to get that bird if he's flying sideways. If these birds are coming straight at you or away, these numbers really doesn't mean much, but you don't get that option when you're out dove hunting. They're coming this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and this way. So the faster that you can get your shot out there, the better off you're going to be. Okay, next up we're going to have the ounce that's inside of here. Hope this shows up right here. 1 ounce in the lead, 1 1/8 ounce in the lead, and 1 ounce inside of the steel. What is that? That is how much actual lead or shot is inside that shotgun shell. The more the better. The more pellets you can get up there in the air at that one bird, the more chances you are going to have of killing that dove, shooting that dove. Now that does go hand in hand with the shot size. So just because one has 1 1/8 ounce of shot in it over 1 ounce in this one doesn't actually mean that there's more shot in there, because in this bottom box we have 7 1/2 shot. In the top one we have 7 shot. What that is going to be, oh, don't kill me in the comments. This is going to be the gauge of the BBs that are inside. So in the bottom one we have 7 1/2 gauge BBs, which is smaller. So you're going to have more shot in here. I know I'm going to make myself look like a complete retard in here, but this one has bigger shot in it with less weight. You see, that's where I get all confused on everything. And that's why the most important part when I go to Walmart, I look for speed. I look for speed out of these bullets, and I look for pictures. I look to see what they can shoot. Like I say, this one here, it'll do dove, quail, rabbit, squirrel, pheasant. You can do it all with this, and every manufacturer will put a picture on the box of what they're made for. So it's not something that you really need to overthink. It's not something you really need to analyze on what you're going to be shooting. It's really as simple as just walking down the aisle, looking for one that has a dove on it. Make sure it has good speed coming out of it, and you're going to be good to go. You know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I can go into on shotgun shells. I've reloaded for almost my entire life. There's so much that goes into what you're shooting. The amount of powder, the amount of lead, the size of lead, all of this stuff. Whether you're shooting targets specifically, or dove specifically, or quail, or pheasant specifically. All of those can use a different kind of shotgun shell with different performances coming out of them. But if we're just out dove hunting, we're going to be going through shells like crazy. So I think that the best option, just walk down the aisle, pick your favorite brand of ammo, look at the speed, because speed is going to be a little bit important, and then look at the pictures, see if it says it can shoot dove. That's my easiest tip on you for choosing ammunition for dove hunting, and I hope this video helped you out. I'm done rambling on. Anyways, if this video helped you out, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. See you in the next one. I'm out. No, I'm dead serious. Velociraptors these will shoot.
I believe it.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there schooling.